show us you got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. Stand up, shout out, show us you got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. New England pride.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, ho here. No, not really. Welcome to the Season 2 premiere of New England Pride TV. I'm your host, Dale LePage. Season 1 was so full of love and support, I was overwhelmed. We got fan mail from Germany, from California, from all over New England. So I want to thank you for reaching out to us and sending us a private message on the New England Pride TV Facebook page. Now, since this is the premiere of Season 2, I've got a new segment to introduce to you, which has been put together for us for our friends Christine and Laura. This is called Pride Pets, and each month we're going to feature an animal shelter of the month. So you can get some information on different shelters. You might want to adopt a little friend. This first Pride Pets segment is put together, and we're going to be highlighting the Cocker Spaniel Rescue of New England. They began in 1987, is one of the oldest and largest Cocker Spaniel groups in the country. They take in surrendered and abandoned Cocker Spaniels and give them veterinary care they need before adopting them out. They're all checked over, they're all very healthy for you. Cocker Spaniel Rescue of New England is composed of many volunteers throughout New England who are dedicated to rescuing and placing homeless Cocker Spaniels into loving homes. Now, if you would like to contact the Cocker Spaniel Rescue, just contact them at csrne.org and adopt a therapy dog for yourself, because in these very tumultuous times when our anxiety levels go from 1 to 10, we're probably at a 17 right now. So having a therapy dog or therapy kitten or rabbit or hedgehog is always a help. And adopting a pet will bring more life into your life. So thank you for paying attention to our pet segment of the month. Next, we have a little announcement from our friends at the Hanover Theater. They would like to let you know that they have coming up a wonderful show. It's a tribute to the band, the legendary band, Queen. And they have been going strong since May 2002. Gary Mullen and the Works have performed throughout the UK, USA, Europe, South Africa, and New Zealand, and they sell out everywhere. They're coming to the Hanover Theater, and you can contact them from thehanovertheater.org. It's that easy. Now, we will be back with our first guest on New England Pride right after this.
New England Pride TV is brought to you by the Hanover Theater for the Performing Arts, Remax Vision, Bay State Savings Bank, Safe Homes, Cruise Planners, Paul Chasen Interior Design, Nuovo Restaurant, S. Bergman's Consignment and Gift Boutique, Dr. Frank P. Fetchner Plastic Surgery, and Crown Bakery.
Welcome back to New England Pride TV. I'm your host, Dale LePage. I'm here now with our guest, everybody's favorite pastor, Pastor Judy. Welcome to New England Pride TV.
Thank you for inviting me, Dale.
Now, I met you about 5 years ago. You were giving a talk on Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know, and I want our viewers at home to know, that you share an award with the amazing Elizabeth Warren. Can you tell us about that award you won?
Yes, Old South Church in Boston gives out an open door award each year, and this year it's for opening the door in religious places, every place, for LGBTQ folks. And I received it with Elizabeth Warren, and it was just a marvelous experience to be with her. She's a powerful woman, a great speaker, and to the point, would we say.
I love that.
Yeah, and she's an advocate for LGBTQ folks everywhere.
As are you.
Yes, I am.
Now, we're going to talk today about the LGBT Asylum Task Force. Can you give us a little synopsis of what the group is about, like from their beginning, their mission statement, and what you, anything else you'd like to talk about?
I can. In 2008, I was called by attorney Lisa Weinberg, the wife of the former Joe O'Brien. She was working on a case with a young Jamaican man who was gay. His church had had the deacons lay their hands on him for 8 hours to try to relieve him from the demon of homosexuality. He arrived here and he learned that you can seek political asylum based on sexual orientation. I think that started in about the 70s. It's not, hasn't been around too long. And the gentleman was crying. And she said, you know, it's kind of a cerebral thing to create a legal case. And he was crying all the time. She says, you know, we're not going to be able to do this. What can I do to help you? Number one, I don't have any place to live. Number two, I don't have anything to eat. And number three, what if God really does hate me?
Right.
And my activity in equal marriage in the past had put me on TV and on some religious blogs, you know, as a bad lady. And so she remembered me and she called me. And I met the gentleman that night. And I had no idea. Our church is a welcoming church. We welcome LGBT folks. We're multicultural and all of that kind of thing. But I did not know that. You can't, you know, you can be killed in 80 countries. It's criminalized for being gay. And it is in Jamaica, where I've traveled on vacations before, but don't anymore. And so we met him.
I would just want to interject for 1 second. When I heard you speak 5 years ago, you talked very powerfully about this one particular woman who had been repeatedly raped because she was gay, and they called it a certain kind of rape.
Yeah.
What they call it?
It's called corrective.
Corrective?
And often the word gang is in there because
Yeah.
it's never one person.
Right.
Corrective gang rape, to teach you how you're supposed to have sex. It's a very sad thing.
And these people are seeking asylum.
Yes.
And you're helping them.
Yes. And, you know, I can't tell you what it's like. After we started this with this young gay man, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and people were coming from every country.
Right.
And we had to then formalize and become a community group, and we go out and speak, and we ask for money, 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 because it costs $10,000 a month for us to take care of these women that have been brutalized and come surely with PTSD. These gay men that have been tortured, and I'm talking about tortured. I'm not using that word lightly. In Uganda, if your mom or dad does not report you for being gay, they can serve 14 years in prison. So families are turning their sons in, disowning them, throwing them in prisons where the leaders have a right and are tell the police to rape them, beat them. There's genital mutilation that goes on.
And that's how it's okay to them. That's
the right thing to do to fix you.
Yep.
And that's what is just, it's just, I never knew it. And I've been totally changed in my life.
And your
for having
task force has helped so many people try to survive that situation.
Yeah.
And you're finding homes for these people?
Yes. So what we do is our basic mission, it's evolved over the 8 years, but our basic mission is to house and feed. We don't get off onto too much other stuff because that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have a safe place,
right,
a place that you, and we also work very hard in not allowing them to live in a place where they still have to be closeted. Part
right.
of the healing of the PTSD,
right.
part of a successful immigration hearing. I was in a hearing one time where the attorney said, or the immigration officer said to a girl, "Are you lesbian?" And she said, "Yes." And we want them to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talk to them about saying the word. Some of them have never said it because they're so
have
scared.
to be able to live their truth.
Right. So we put them in houses, and we rent about 3 or 4 right now. We're praying that somebody will give us, I think, $150,000. Do you have that, Dale?
I do.
Okay, very good. We're done then.
I do. It's monopoly money, but
yeah,
I've got
that's
it.
okay. I'll believe. Praise Jesus. So we're trying to buy a 3-decker. So we'll have 3, 3, and 3, 9 bedrooms. And but right now we have separate places. We have a community dinner the second Monday of every month
At your
at
church?
Hadwin Park Congregational Church, 6 Clover Street, Worcester, Mass. And the asylum seekers come. Now I will tell you, on Monday coming, we have a social worker, and we're hoping to get a lawyer to help our folks right now. They're scared.
Oh, everybody's scared.
But they are gay,
Yes.
they're black, and they're immigrants.
Immigrants.
I mean, if those
Yep.
aren't 3
Yeah.
categories.
I don't know
that
how
are-
they sleep at night.
They don't.
Right.
They don't. And so we're having a session where they can come and they can tell us what they're worried about. We hope the lawyer can tell them what they really do have to worry about legally, which is so small compared to the emotion and all of that. So many of the women that were raped, almost all of them have children in their home country. When you go to get a visa and you have a baby and you say, I'm taking my baby, you won't get the visa because you have to say, yes, I'm coming back. And so they take the baby and they say, well, of course I'm coming back.
Right.
I have a baby. It's the only way they'll get out. So some of them have been 5 and 6 years away from their children. They're worried that those
About-
children
of course.
can't get here. And I mean, I could just tell you so many stories. Harriet, who has triplets in Uganda, and her attorney said to her, well, I don't think you're going to win because you have too many children, which the assumption is that they enjoyed what happened to them.
No.
So anyway, we switched
What's the percentage of these women who have children from rape?
I would 90.
90.
I'm just
That's the point I wanted to. That's the point I wanted to get across to the viewers who are watching this. It's approximately 90% of the women who have children, they're from rape or gang rape,
Yep.
corrective rape.
Yeah. And, you know, the bonding does usually occur. There's a whole thing about the bonding of a child when you've been raped, but they love the babies.
Now, we've
They
got to
love
get
to.
people to donate to your amazing cause. Can you
Yes,
look
please.
into your camera or camera to whatever camera, and just please tell them how they can get in touch with you. Tell them your website.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So you can help us because we only live essentially on donations. Our folks don't have Social Security numbers, so they aren't often available for any of the funds that are state or federal. So we have to pay about $10,000 a month to give them $400 a month to live on. It's the best we can do, because if we say we'll raise that, then we have to not
Right.
take the next person.
What's-
And then we put them in housing, and that costs us $10,000. So give, please.
what's the website?
I don't need to say that, lgbtasylum.org.
And you are the pastor of what church?
Hadwin Park Congregational Church, United Church of Christ. And that website is hadwinparkchurch.org.
It has been extremely informative, and we're going to have you back because another time we're going to talk about conversion therapy.
Oh, geez.
Yes. We'll be back. Thank you for watching New England Pride TV's segment with Pastor Judy. And we're here now on New England Pride with a little surprise visit with Lady Sabrina, a.k.a.
Troy.
The handsome Troy. Now, I've been dying to ask you a few questions. For example, you're one of New England's favorite drag superstars, and you travel around the country.
True story.
Now, true story. Now, when did you first know that you wanted to get into being a drag performer?
Believe it or not, it started by accident. I dressed in drag one Halloween to horrify one of my friends. And I went out and I was there 10 minutes, and the club owner of 241.
I remember. I used to perform there
Right.
years ago.
Yeah, came up and was like, "Oh my God, you're beautiful. Do you do shows?" And I was like, "Of course I do shows."
Were you that drunk, or did you just want to do a show?
Well, I wanted money. So I was like, okay. So then he was like, great, you're booked next month, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, oh my God. So I ran over to my friend Richard, and I was like, he wants me to do shows. Do I gotta get naked? And he was like,
You thought it was a stripping thing?
I was like, I don't know what they want for a show. And he's like, no. And then he told me, I was like, oh, I can do that. So I did that one night. There was a bar owner from another club, saw me, hired me, and it just
snowballed?
And it just snowballed into this thing.
Into this conglomeration of glamour.
I know, 30 years later.
30 years?
30.
How can that possibly be?
I don't know.
I don't know. Now, one of the questions that I've been dying to ask you, and I'm sure the viewers at home would like to know this too, is we've seen you perform many times at many different venues and many events, and it's ever evolving, ever changing. Do you have a favorite persona or costume that you like, or is it just whatever song you're going to perform? How does that work?
Well, I mean, I think it's all driven, well, for me anyway, it's all driven by the song. You know, it's like if I have a song that I'm really feeling, then I kind of start in my head going, okay, well, what would I look like doing that song?
All right.
You know, and then I pick an outfit and, you know, and a wig to go with it. You know, it
Now,
really
do you
is.
have the song playing in the room while you're picking the stuff out?
Sometimes.
You do?
Sometimes.
That's what I picture in my head.
But I also know everything that I own, so sometimes I play it in the car, and while I'm in the car, I'm just kind of like, oh, I can wear that, and I can wear that, you know? And then there's so much stuff back there that I don't even realize I have. I'm flicking through going, oh my God, this is perfect. I haven't worn this since the 80s.
Now, I wish our viewers could actually see at home. I am surrounded by rhinestones and jewelry and crowns and tiaras and necklaces and stilettos that are like 9 inches and 20 wigs, and it's kind of like being in Oz. It's pretty amazing.
It's fun time.
Now, if the people at home would like to see where you're performing, how would they get in touch with you and find out where you're going to be?
Well, I mean, they can go on my Facebook, which is probably the most accurate one because I advertise on that. You know, it's Lady Sabrina, lowercase for my personal, all caps for my fan page.
Well, you're all caps to me, baby. Thanks for joining us today. We'll be back with more New England Pride right after this.
Ah!
We are now joined on New England Pride TV by two of the nicest humans on the face of the planet. Laurie Diamond and Fred Abbott. They are amazing musicians. They are wonderful people. And their music is very healing, very positive. Have I left anything out?
Oh, go on, Dale, this time.
It's probably not so bad either.
And it's wonderful to listen to. I have your CD True in my car on number 6 for the CD changer. And I don't know, when did you come out with that?
True is from our 2012 CD.
So basically,
actually.
it's been in my car for 5 years.
You should probably get your CD changer fixed.
We have a new one
broken.
since then. Yeah. Excellent. I may have done that, sorry.
You have a new CD.
We do have a new CD from 2015 called Lifted, and it's similar themes of empowerment and healing and love, of course, because we sing a lot about love because we think all songs are about love. We've talked about this many times before, and love is really the cornerstone of our existence as human beings, and that's why we feel as though people relate to it and feel connected to it. And we also sing and write songs about being your most authentic self, and we believe that's why, again, we have been so fortunate to be connected to this community, because this is a population of wonderful human beings who are showing the world that they are living their truth.
Right, living your truth.
And must be authentic, and there is no other way to live.
And you guys have been huge allies for the LGBTQ community. If I'm not mistaken, about 2 years ago, there's a huge event in New England called First Event, and you took part in that?
We did, and we were honored to take part in that. Grace Stevens, who heads that up, as you know Grace.
Hi, Grace Stevens.
Is an incredible human being, and
It's true.
yes, and we met Grace, and she loved that song, True, and she is just a profound speaker about living your authentic life, and that's what that song is about. And we did play that event, and it was extraordinary. We met so many wonderful friends, and you just couldn't be in a more joyful place where people are uplifted and feel safe and are expressing themselves authentically, creatively, lovingly.
That's one thing about it. It was a safe place for everyone, and they were living their authentic self. They were really, truly being true to themselves. During that day. It was great for that reason alone.
I've got to tell you, I'm so impressed by your songwriting. And how does that happen? Like, somebody write the lyrics, someone write the music. Like, it's all so positive and loving. And
yeah, well, you know, we do co-write our music, and we have conversations about different topics, and we'll just play out some music together. Really, they develop organically, and They are born from our intentions, and our intentions we come from a place of love and acceptance. And
you guys melt my heart, really.
Likewise.
Yeah. Not only are you all about love, but you're so in love, and then if somebody has a certain ring somewhere on their hand.
Well, I've got a little something, but so do you. I think people pay money to climb things like that. So, yes.
But congratulations.
Thank you.
I could not have been, when you posted that, I was like, oh my God, this is like so perfect, meant to be. Oh my God, it was just full circle coming together. And
yes.
And now, did you write songs about
giving Laurie the ring?
Each other? Like, do you?
We do, but we can't put them on the air.
Oh. You can hear. You absolutely can hear. Yeah.
We do. I mean, our songs are inspired by love. We live love. We live love every day.
You truly do.
We are. We feel incredibly blessed, and we are so happy to be engaged and just to be in each other's experience. And we feel as though the stars just aligned and brought us together, and to share a passion, to be able to share with the world, there's just nothing better.
Now, there's so much wonderful music in your songbook, and now, how can our viewers at home find out where you're going to be performing and?
Well, thank you. We do have an ever-evolving schedule. We play coffee houses and unity churches, and
I think I saw you at Amazing Things once. Do you play there?
Yes, we do play
I love
Amazing Things. That's a wonderful place.
There's nothing like it, right?
No.
I mean,
It's a great venue.
It's a fantastic
it's so,
venue.
and who runs that? She's very.
Ellen Sturgis.
Ellen Sturgis is also a supporter of this show. She got this show played in Framingham.
Did she really?
So thank you, Ellen
Thank
Sturgis.
you, Ellen,
Ellen.
a fine human being.
Yes.
Yeah, we love Ellen. So so you can always find our schedule at www.ldfamusic.com. LDFA for Laurie Diamond and Fred Abbatelli. Some people don't connect the dots on that one, but that's fine.
Now, speaking of your website, I'm sure and I'm hoping that soon on your website will be a date that you'll be performing for Pastor Judy and her amazing cause.
Well, we've connected with her today, and we know for sure we will be meeting again, very
Fantastic.
much so.
And we here at New England Pride TV will do as much as we can to promote that. It's for such a good cause.
Yes.
And maybe if somebody who sings a little bit were to show up that night, maybe they could sing a little bit?
Never can tell.
I doubt it. They'd have to go through the audition process.
Yes.
No,
If we like them, if they're not wearing a suit, then we'll be all set.
I hate auditioning. Have you guys ever had to audition for anything?
Sure.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, we don't do it anymore. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes. But yes, if we could co-create a musical experience on behalf of that organization,
just
that
one
would be
song?
divine. Or just one
Just
song.
one song?
Still a
That's all.
co-creation. Yeah.
From the album True, maybe?
Maybe so. I like your attitude very much.
So
All right.
give our viewers at home one more time the website where they can find you.
www.ldfamusic.com.
And they can connect the dots.
They can connect Laurie Diamond and Fred Abbatelli, LDFA.
The FA, that's
And then
right.
there's music. So,
And what you guys didn't see at home were this guy on the end here, Fred. He's very, very funny. Now, is that comedy part of your show?
part of the shtick?
Part of the shtick.
Yes.
Good.
I think.
Good.
Maybe.
I say
It
good.
is, it is.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after this. And now we're back on New England Pride TV with a little segment we call Out with Joe Mangiacotti and the lovable
Teddy.
Teddy.
Of course.
What do you have for us this month?
Well, Tail, this month we're going to take a look at the third business of Victoria Mariano in her fantastic support to the LGBTQ community.
Perfect.
It's
Let's take a
excellent.
look.
Absolutely.
It's time to go out with Joe.
This month we shine our colorful light on Worcester businesswoman Victoria Mariano. Victoria has been a long-time demonstrated ally and has turned her desire for inclusiveness into places of comfort to the LGBTQ community. Her first business venture began many years ago at Clark University.
Spiritual Haze was actually a Clark University entrepreneurship project for me. I opened it when I was a senior there, and the motivation was to create a comfortable, positive atmosphere for students under 21 that didn't really have a place to go out and socialize otherwise. Spiritual Haze was meant to be a really open-minded and supportive of all different people.
Spiritual Haze quickly became the go-to place for many in the student community. It was a safe and welcoming alternative. But the legal drinking age and changes to the smoking laws made it difficult to provide for all. LGBTQ students found a home at Spiritual Haze, and Victoria had been working with and supportive of the community. For every problem, there is a solution, and Victoria saw a solution.
So Electric Haze came 6 years after Spiritual Haze and was 21 plus, hookah lounge, full bar, and music venue. Right off the bat, I worked with the Air Spray community to create LGBTQ community events on a regular basis. Then worked with Worcester Pride at Electric Haze quite often to do different fundraisers in different fun ways. Art galleries, all different types of events.
Both Electric and Spiritual Haze were favorites in the community and were well known in frequent venues for LGBTQ events. Victoria has taken on a new venture in Worcester, acquiring 55 Pearl Street. She and her partner have opened the Bull Mansion, a late 1800s Gothic Victorian mansion with a rich history, its latest being a restaurant.
This historic mansion that is right downtown in the center of Worcester, and it just had been overlooked for many years, and I thought that it would be a really good time to try to work something out downtown, and it's just a really welcoming building. Also open for the LGBTQ community events in our function space on the second floor. Hopefully doing the drag brunch and other events with them in the future here.
Bull Mansion has regular blues, jazz, and comedy nights, as well as dining specials. For more details, click newenglandpride.tv or direct at bullmansion.com.
Love for the LGBTQ community to know that our space is always open for any events you'd like to host and any events you'd like to come to. It's a open-minded and supportive place.
Thank you for tuning in to New England Pride TV, and thank you for watching our Season 2 premiere. We had fun, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
I'd like to thank you all for reaching out to us on our Facebook page, New England Pride TV, and for emailing us your fan mail and your comments and your feedback to newenglandpride.tv. And I'd also like to introduce you to our friend Tina, who always ends the show and is a big part of the staff of New England Pride TV. What have you been up to, honey?
I'm doing the music editor for with Joe, so please follow us on Facebook there. And I also do a music column for Go Local Worcester, so follow me there as well.
And you're doing a great job on that.
Thank you.
We'd like to end the show with what we always do by saying, please don't be afraid to shine your light because
you may be lighting the way for someone else.
Until next time, thanks for watching.